Last week, I talked a little bit about seasonality and what seasonality was saying from August 2nd out for both corn and beans. I thought I should step back and just talk about overall seasonality for corn and beans. Um, when you take a look at what corn and beans typically does in a crop year, what we've done is we've gone back and averaged 30 years of what corn and beans has done, starting at around end of July of the previous year. So, think about starting now and going all the way forward for 2025 until the end of October. So, is there a pattern when you average it all out? You average the years, the last 30 years, and you say, let's start in the middle of the previous year and then go all the way through the crop year. What's the pattern look like? Both corn and beans have some pretty good seasonality. I mean, look back here. This is the equivalent of July 1st, right? So you start at July 1st. Corn goes kind of sideways until almost until the beginning of December. So you're talking about for now, it'd be for crop year 25. Typical seasonality is corn goes sideways until the beginning of December for next year's crop, not for this year's crop, but for next year's crop. Then the future starts to climb, right? We go up about 2%, 3%. By the time we get up here, this is actually the first week in June. This is a pretty bullish period. So from the first week in December to the first week in June, we've gone from 99 to 104. So that's about a 5% climb, right? Most of it happens pretty much in here up until call it uh, the beginning of April. But you have a nice climb all the way up here. And then look at this seasonality. When you look at the seasonality of corn from around the first week in June all the way till about the end of September, man, that is quite a drop. You're dropping from 104 to 95. That's a 9% drop. That's averaged over 30 years. When you look at the statistics, we've only gone up 30% of the time in that period. We've gone down 70% of the time. And then you get a little bit of recovery in October. So you drop all the way from the beginning of June all the way down to the end of September. And then finally in October, corn has a little bit of a recovery at that point. But man, this seasonality is just crazy. Everybody gets bullish here, but history says everyone shouldn't get bullish. There's something happens with weather, something happens, with a drought, something there that gets everyone bulled up, and then the rug just gets pulled out from underneath them. And that's again a 30-year average. When you look at soybeans, it's a little bit different. Similar. You have starting now in the middle of the previous year. So now we're looking at, Nov 25 beans, not Nov 24. Seasonality looks different, but Nov 25, here we are. You go kind of sideways again, but from about November 1st, we have this steady climb. It's just kind of a steady climb from November 1st till the beginning of June. This is not every year. This is the average of 30 years. When I average out 30 years, this is what you get. Looking at weekly data, you get a climb where we're going from around, call it 100, till about 106. So we're going up about 6%. We get a drop. It's not as severe. First week in June to here, we're probably down about 5.5% versus corn that's down a lot. It's close to 9%, right? So you get that same seasonal play and then a recovery in October. So again, it's not every year, but this is just kind of the average that you see. I just wanted to take you through what does corn typically do, or what has been the average move for corn over 30 years with this huge seasonal drop. What's been the average move for soybeans?